is the joys now of having a twin slider. Pop around and go wire back end it. So for this one, I'm just going to bang a bit of heat shrink on and find a big piece. So you bad boys on. Don't do what I did and get heat on the back of these and half of them are shrunk one-sided. Schoolboy error. There you go, done. I've left a bit of spare wire here as well on the back. So if I need to pull the fridge out from the front, I can just pull it then. So what I'll do, I'll just tape this up, the excess on here on the back. Just in case I want to swap that door over or anything. Right, we can't do any more electrics at the minute, so what I'll do is trim these over. So I think I'll just put a notch in here, notch in there, notch in there, and that gets this unit then for the back end of wardrobe in place and ready then. So just waiting on sink now and battery for rock up, so they should be here tomorrow then. So I'll get this unit prep ready now, so the battery will go in this section here. Right, some new bits have arrived. Dometic now treble 2 sink. I'm hoping all the bits are in that one. Check see if it's the right model first. Right hand sink. Flexible LED strip lights. These are going to go along the bottom of the cupboard there, and also there's a strip just under that which will go in. So we'll have to see where I'm going to wire them ones in. See how we get them joined up and that. It'll be fun, and also what batteries come. AGM Extreme 120 amp hour. I'm hoping that does the job. Should do, like, should be right, but a couple more bits to crack on. Let's get them in. Well, I'm hoping this has got gubbins in it. It should be the sink, the taps, the gas, and all the other bits with it. So look underneath. Oh, there she goes. Had a bit of a sweat on then, didn't think they were going to deliver taps and shite. I'm saying that. Oh, there she is. One tap, box of bits. Now they're the vents for the gas. Happy days. One pump. I don't know what this is. Oh, it's a bit regulator. I think they ordered one for camping gas on here. Yeah. That's the baby does like. It's alright, they don't even send you no bloody instructions for building these. Guesswork, innit, really? Holy shit. All for vents. Just gonna get in here now and deburr the fucker. Give it a spray now, and jobs are good. Bit of rust primer. Get a meter of your bloody pipe out. I am literally blagging this, I have no idea what I'm doing. Compression joint. So I'll go on there. Olive on. Get some spanners and we'll get that whacked on. Get that bad boy tight. Just be looking at these pipes now. Fucking, don't know if you can see it on camera there. Stay to that cut, man. All crimped. They don't fit in. So it roughs out. I mean, you don't want to get it in far, but it'd be better cut than that. So I think what I'll do on this, little bad boy, just trim a little bit off. You watch my end with some white, so I've just cut off. That was the original end, so it's all squashed. Better finish on that. Better finish. Right, let's try and get this roughly where we want to go with it. Every plumber's screaming now. What are you doing? Or gas fitter, should I say. So, I'm going to try and thread this, flip this round now, thread it through, and we'll see roughly where it goes. So, just there, it's just touching unit here back, so that'll be a good point for P-clipping that, so I'll secure that. And then if I look round the back, the gas pipe comes through here. I want it coming through this hole, and then I'll run that down that side, and then drop down to the gas bottle. Put a bit of automotive tape on here, and on here as well. That's quite solid, that now. And then there's a joint in the middle. You might put a bit of tape up there just in case you get a bit of wobblage, but should be alright really. I'll say pipe will go down back there. I'll feed that bottom. Read these taps. And we'll go underneath. Fit them. So that sink top bit mounted in anyway. So that's a bit of a bonus tap was done. Just got to do a wire in a minute. Just got to wait for a new arbor for one of my old saws because it's blunt. Just get through that unit there, and then I can start putting that waste pipe in and then connect all the bloody wires. Right, so I've got this neck bit now for going. Flexible LED straight light. Good old Amazon special. Dual plug. Because on this I've got a strip for going bottom here. As you go along there. And I've got to drill an hole through there so I can feed it through. That's the bottom of the unit. and then I've got that one on top there on that unit for do. Right, this is why you should always have a tidy workplace. Just snap my bloody plug. I have to rewire that now, all back into there again. Go and dig out another plug now. Bastard. On a positive though, I've managed to put that was bastard, get that plastic strip off there, but LEDs in there, and what I've done is I've just ran them in the cupboards, so that's where it comes out there. And on top there, double line, that's where I'm going to connect up into that section there, so it's a bit tidy. But because there's like loads left, I've just ran it inside the wardrobe as well, going down. I'm hoping this doesn't cause any issues, you know, with the wiring down here. Should be alright, like, but it's just a bit of lighting wardrobe as well, isn't it, really? And then bottom strip's just been done. You'll not be able to tell, like, but that's fed in. So I think now we get new plug on for a start, because it can bust that, and then I'm going to put this battery on. Got that AGM bad boy back there, which I'm going to stick on. Get all that crimped up, terminated and that, and then fingers crossed we'll test electrics, because the reason why I want to do the battery as well with the sync, because there's no instruction with it, right, you'd think the tap would be classed as a switch. So I would say tap positive to pump positive, and then obviously neg to negs to the switch. But for some reason I've got it in my head, and I think I've read it online as well, that they've got to be crossed. So I'll need power for test that. So we'll get all this wazzed up anyway, and then we'll see how that goes, and see if we can blow pump up. So it's bird's nest out now. Crimped end of them two up there, which last ones, that was for the LEDs, and then that one's for the tap run through. So when they're ready for doing them, I'll put them in. Just got to sort out these bad boys now, see what goes what, see if Jones's memory works. I've got these terminals here, what I'm going to be using. Big chunky mothers, quite a fair size, aren't they? They'll just mount on there then, and I can just run the wires. Just get these ends crimped up, get them all wired up, and then make sure it don't go bang. So I'm just sticking a couple of fuses on here now, basically they're joined up, not tidy when it's done. And that then I'll just pick up to back to them, that terminal. I'll do something negative, but negative won't have a fuse on it. Next fuse will go on for the solar side of it. So both terminals are done now. This is my wire what I've fed through from the back. And on Fords, you have like, I don't know what they call it, like leisure battery connector or auxiliary connectors or whatever they're called. And you see in there, you connect that, that's actually fused at 60 amps, so I'm going to swap that out, because it's only a 30 amp DC charger on that one. But the dirty bastards have not even left a nut on it for connecting. So I'm going to go into Jones's little bucket of shit bits and see if we can find a nut for that. That bad boy's connected. Just going to check front there. So we've got power on here now. What I'll do is go into the Victron app there, just have to reset the pin on this one for some random reason. There's some tutorials on site for doing it, and it comes up with this. And then you just go into the settings and then change your function to charger. Battery settings, I've set mine to AGM because it's AGM battery what's in it, and it comes up with presets. It's like absorption, voltage, float, and all that stuff. Pretty much sets itself up basically. Engine detection is set, so that basically just says it'll detect when the engine's running. It won't just keep drawing power, you know, from fans and battery light, so it doesn't kill it. When it gets to a certain voltage, it'll stop pulling power. Alternator type, usually defined, it's a smart alternator. On that one, it just goes through start voltages and stuff like that. That's pretty much it really. That's set up. Just connect these batteries now, see how it goes. Just switch the solar on, we're getting some power in it. Stops in absorption now because the battery's quite charged up when it first plugs in anyway, but it's still whacking some into it. Turn the big plug on now, see if everything else goes pop. Here we go, well, here we go, get ready. So cab lights work, that's a bonus. Display panel's working, fridge is on, I can hear that ticking away. Try his LEDs now. Should help with that bloody tab out at the bottom, won't it? So the LEDs are tripped out, everything else working. Switch dickhead. Jesus fucking Christ. Try it on. Yeah, baby. Get in. So floor ones are working. I'll clean this shit all up when I get a chance. Undercab one's on. Result. With a locker cab for flicking. And then wardrobe ones at the back. Get in there. Right, so that went off. That was a bit of a success, that really, with electrics. I was expecting some issues and something to be wired up wrong and that, so for the first pop, happy with that. So we'll get round now to tidying all these wires up, get everything mounted up into place, start getting this build on track. Check our fridge, see if that's going. She's got power. Oh, I feel like going cold already. Sink, tap, pump and switching system. This one's my sink, which is a little switch on that when you activate it. This one's a pump, and then this one, the pos is a switch and the neg's down the back here. But run that separately. So what I've done, a little diagram here, tap, switch, pump, and just so I know which way it's going then. So obviously positive to switch goes to positive at tap, negative of the tap goes to the positive of the pump, and then the pump neg goes to switch neg. And then these are the wire colours of the actual stuff. So obviously tap is white and then white and black, switch is red and black, and then pump's brown and blue. So it gives you an idea of what's what there on them. I'm going to use these little Wago connectors first to test it, and then once I'll do that, then I'll solder it all up and that and do a proper connection of them. Just want to make sure that that diagram and the way I do it works. So they're connected up as per diagram, power's on. I'm just going to go to the thing, excuse the mess. Switch it on. I'll just check it first, make sure it don't come on. Yeah, so I've got dead there. I'm just checking my switch works. Switch on, now it's popped. Always sounds good. Tap. Mint. You can hear it bump kicking in. Just get in here and listen to it. So tap on. Sweet. Happy days. So it taps in, wide up, mint. Switch this back off again now, and then we'll get all them wired up proper then. So far so good. Everything I've tested now works electric wise, so quite chuffed with that. Set up solar and stuff, DC charger, mint. So I think now we'll build the units. In fact, I'll tidy up the cabling first, get all that in place, and then build this back end unit up then. That's pretty much done really. And then tidy all that crap up. Oh, when you're wiring your pump up as well, make sure you put your feed through pipe there before you connect all them up, because you otherwise you'll not be able to get over that pumping in a bottle. Little tip before you forget. Right, so that's gas and water plumbed in. Pipe which down there, P clips up back, and then they come through. Tube and like a cable, well, pump cables in the bottle. We've got the gas ready there, ready to go on. The gas is going to go at the back here, around the back of that one. I'm going to get a strap for that, so that straps in on there. I've just stuck the waste on now. That's probably the best place to put the waste, and there's my vent there as well for gas in here, because gas is heavier than air, so it should drop through that. I'll just show underneath what I've done. As you can see there, probably shit light, but vent comes through, another vent up bottom, there's to any shit going up, and I've Sikaflex inside that as well. And then I've just run my waste pipes then, and what I'm going to do here with this is get a little capping piece on it, a proper piece, you know, for the seal it, but jobs are good in. Right, we've stuck the ice end in. Nice little bit there, a little battery stopper at the bottom, stop it battery moving on that. That shelf's in, that's pinned in tight. I've got to get this bloody thing lined up now. Put that rail on there, and I've got a feeling now I'm not going to be able to get this in unless I set a rail out and put it the opposite way. So I'll unscrew that. I thought it was fucked up there, lad. And try and squeeze this little shit in. Right, that's the back doors in now. They were a tight fit getting them in, I tell you. And then unit here now, put the roof on top, but that's tidied up a bit. Got quite nice actually. Then electric cupboard. Just tied these cables up so it's a bit nicer. Little cover on here so you can access to the bottom. That's your battery and all that crap, which we know about. That's quite good access down there. Quite tidy. Well, what I've done here, I've put a 12 volt cigarette lighter in. And the reason why I've done that is, when I've got the jacker in here, then the jacker can charge off that. So then that'll connect direct to the battery and then charge it. I was going to do it off the load on the MPPT solar charger, but I don't think that's designed for taking you know, quite a lot of current going through it. I think it's just like mainly for the lights and little, you know, little shitty bits and stuff. So gone away from that. I'll look into that more often, and if you can, I'll probably tap into that if it allows me, but if not, then not to worry. But the cigarette lights will work. And then I also got the plug here, which I did for the 240, so that'll work on that socket at the back there. Poke it through down there. But all in all, looking good. Let's have a look at the front. See there now, tons of room in there with sliding seats. They are absolutely brilliant, them things. But unit's looking nice now. Got quite tight them actually, to be fair. Happy days. So still got a few little jobs to do. Get in there. That's sweat on there. Yeah, got a few little jobs for doing that now. I've ordered a swivel for that front one, just for passenger side. I'll probably do it driver's side, so I'll do passenger side. It opens up cab a bit more then. So swivel should be due sometime soon. And then I've ordered the awning rail, which I forgot about. That's not rocked up yet, so that'll be another one for fit onto it. And then got a little couple of bits for it tidy up. I mean, down the back of the unit where there's double slider is, I think some of that I'm going to add little ply, you know, pieces to it, just fit secure stuff in the back of it, and also just fit like boxes off a little bit. I don't want to do too much with fridge and stuff like that, but because you want that ventilation for it as well. And then I've ordered some thermal blinds for the time being for the windows. So both side windows will have a thermal blind going on it. Just at the time, I don't want to put curtains on because it looks shit. So what I'm going to do is, I think I'm going to go down the IKEA route and get some, you know, pull down blind type things and stick them on. So that'll fit that dead easy, but passenger side's won't be a bit of a... So we'll have to work out what I'm doing with that. And then, I don't know really, there's not much else to do on it. I'll probably add bits as I go along, like the diesel heater. That'll be the next one. We'll work out where I'm going to put that yet. But I think we're pretty much ready now for camper jam with what we've got. Everything's functional, sink's working. Need a gas bottle. Not tested gas yet, so we'll test that out. Fingers crossed it should be that. And then tested fridge, that's mint that. Absolutely bob. If you like this sort of content, give us a thumbs up. Subscribe if you want to watch this crap. See you soon.